a Roll to Hit Gaming First Look. In this video, we begin our three-part game showcase. The first look covers components, rules, and setup. It is designed to give you a quick introduction to a game you might have interest in. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Let's head into the game room for your Roll to Hit Gaming First Look host.
Welcome back. For Roll to Hit Gaming, I'm Lucas, and today we're going to take a first look at Onitama. This game was designed by Shinpei Sato in 2014 and published exclusively in Japanese. However, in 2016, Arcane Wonders published the game in English and added it to their line of Dice Tower Essentials. In this two-player abstract strategy game, you take on the role of a master of a school of martial arts who's traveled to the shrine of Onitama with your students to prove your superiority in battle against the other masters. Let's take a look. Before we look at the components of Onitama, let's take a moment to look at the box itself. Along one edge is a magnetic strip, which keeps the box flap closed. You simply pull it open and flip it over the top to open the box. Inside, you'll find one of the better manufactured inserts, which properly holds the game mat, all the game pieces, and the cards in place. Once you've packed your game back up, simply flip the box top back over and it snaps into place, holding the components securely. Let's look closer at what's in the box. First, you'll find the play area. Rather than a board, this is a neoprene style playmat with art along each edge, red and blue temple arcs, and a square grid where your pawns will move. Setting up for a game of Onitama is incredibly simple. First, take your master pawns and place them on their corresponding temple arcs. Next, place 4 student pawns of your color along your edge of the play area. Set them up so that your 5 starting pieces are arranged in the first squares along the edge of your play area. Next, you'll find 16 move cards. Each card has a name, some card art, and flavor text. On the right side of the card is a grid with colored boxes. The black box represents your pawn's starting location. The colored box represents the squares to which your pawn can move relative to its starting position. You can move your pawn to any one of the spaces indicated. Other pawns, yours or your opponent's, and temple arches do not block the movement of your pawns across the board. You can never make a move that would cause your pawn to move off the play area or onto the same square as one of your other pawns. If your pawn lands on an opposing pawn, you capture it, removing it from the game. You must actually land on the piece to capture it. Moving over or through an opponent's piece will not capture the piece. Let's take a close-up look at some of the movement cards in Onitama. First, we've got the dragon and the frog, the monkey, and the crane, the tiger, and the cobra. These are just 6 of the 16 cards included in the Onitama box. And remember, in any given game, the players will use only 5 of these 16 cards between them for the duration of that match. This enables an incredible amount of diversity in your games of Onitama. Shuffle the 16 move cards and deal 2 face up to each player. Next, deal a single movement card and reference the color of the stamp in the lower right corner. This indicates the start player. Place that card next to the board area on the right side of the player going first. The remaining move cards will not be used in this game. Simply return them to the box. You're now ready to begin playing Onitama. On your turn, you follow these 2 steps in order. First, move and attack. Examine the move cards available to you, those directly in front of you, and choose one. Select a pawn and move it to any of the indicated spaces on the move card. The red player will select the elephant and move his pawn accordingly. Then, place that card to the left of the play area facing your opponent and replace it with the card on the right side of the game board. Play then proceeds to the next player. Blue will use the eel and move his pawn as indicated. He then places the eel beside the board and replaces it with the elephant. Red will choose to play the ox and moves his piece accordingly. He places it along the edge of the play area and replaces it with the eel. As you can see, the moves available will switch back and forth throughout the match. The blue player chooses to use the horse and moves his piece accordingly. He places the horse to the side of the board area and replaces it with the ox. The blue player chooses to play the eel and moves his pawn to capture the opposing player's pawn. Remove the captured pawn from the board and from the game and place your played maneuver to the side, replacing it with the horse. Play proceeds in this manner until either you have captured the opposing master pawn or you have moved your own master pawn onto the opposing temple arch space. We hope you've enjoyed this first look at Onitama. We'll come back in the next video in this 3-part series and show you a full game. And finally, in part 3, we'll give you our impressions of Onitama.
Thank you for joining Roll to Hit Gaming for another first look, where we go inside the box, through the rules, and onto the table. If you liked what you saw and want to see more, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Find us on Facebook and Twitter, and join us in the conversation in the comments below. We'll see you next time, and as always, never give up, never surrender.